Hello. Welcome to my channel. In this video we will talk about the ghost of a leaky gut syndrome. Testing and treating leaky gut syndrome. Understanding the leaky gut syndrome. The seriousness and symptoms of leaky gut syndrome. Diagnosis of the leaky gut syndrome. Information about leaky gut syndrome. Leaky gut syndrome disease is considered one of the most important diseases of the age, not because of the seriousness of this disease, but because of the ignorance of the world in general about how to deal with leaky gut syndrome, what is leaky gut syndrome, and how to treat leaky gut syndrome. As a result of this great ignorance about this disease, it is considered a ghost of this time. Testing and treating leaky gut syndrome. It is often difficult to determine an accurate diagnosis of leaky gut syndrome. Symptoms can be so varied and sometimes so vague that many patients end up being treated for a condition they don't even experience. Understanding the leaky gut syndrome. Food is delivered to our bodies through our digestive system. After we eat, our stomachs begin to break down food so it can be absorbed. Enzymes help reduce the size of food particles, and the hydrochloric acid kills pathogens before the food passes into the small intestine. After passing through the stomach, the food enters the small intestine where most of the nutrients needed by our body are absorbed. The small intestine is lined with villi, single villi, which are small bumps that increase the space available for eating digested food. Villi are rich in capillaries, which facilitates the passage of food through the villi into the bloodstream. This is considered normal intestinal permeability. When the normal state of the small intestine is disrupted, through yeast infection, stress, or other causes, the spaces between the villi open that allow food particles and fats, as well as toxins, to enter the body cavity, causing leaky gut syndrome. Leaky gut syndrome and the role of the large intestine. The large intestine takes water and vitamins from the food that passes through it. Although there are no villi in the colon, there are invaginations and goblet cells, which can also be subject to degradation and increased intestinal permeability. As with the small intestine, openings can appear, passing all kinds of toxins into the body. The seriousness and symptoms of leaky gut syndrome. Unsurprisingly, the leaky gut syndrome is likely to cause intestinal problems at first, and the patient may suffer from gas, abdominal pain, diarrhea, or muscle cramps in the abdomen. However, symptoms such as headache, fatigue, swollen lymph nodes, and insomnia can occur. It is easy to understand how leaky gut syndrome can cause a host of problems as the contents of each of the intestine leak directly into the surrounding tissues and organs. No part of the body will be safe from these pollutants. Diagnosis of the leaky gut syndrome. Part of the problem with correct diagnosis of leaky gut symptoms is that they can be so broad or vague that the cause is difficult to determine. Often the correct diagnosis is reached only by testing. It will be the first test for a fungal candida infection. A blood test will be necessary for this purpose, and the presence of certain antibodies will indicate an overgrowth of the yeast. It is also likely that a stool sample will be requested, and this can indicate not only the yeast, but also how well the food has been digested. Poorly digested foods can be a red sign of leaky gut. Dealing with a leaky gut syndrome. If yeast is the cause of a bowel leak, there are several ways to deal with this problem. Conventional medicine will likely suggest an antifungal drug. These drugs can include nystatin, which is considered safe, or drugs like Nizoral or Lamisil, both of which have been linked to liver damage. Another approach is to fight leaky gut syndrome with a diet designed to correct problems in both gut. This dietary approach will eliminate foods such as those containing gluten, bread and pastries, fermented drinks, processed foods, dairy products, especially cheese, and sugary foods. Changing your eating habits in this way can help your body repair itself and can often provide a way to overcome leaky gut. In the end, please activate the bell button, subscribe to the channel, to receive from us all that is new. For more information about leaky gut syndrome, please visit my own site. You will find the website link in the description. Thank you.